What's up, YouTube? Today I'm reviewing Baten Kaitos, Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean for the GameCube. Now this is an extremely, and I mean extremely underrated RPG because, well, it's for the GameCube and the GameCube didn't have a lot of fans. And the only reason I haven't heard of it until recently is because, you know, again, it's underrated. You know, and now that I learned about it, I'm glad I picked it up, both games, because they're both fantastic games. And so yeah, let's get started with the review. Alright, the world of Baten Kaitos takes place sort of in the future. Basically, humans evolved, I guess you could say, and they grew wings. So then everybody can fly around the world and stuff like that. And then, like, it's actually cool because, like, if you go, there's like a place you can go to called the School of Magic, and you can learn about like the history they're studying. That's like when all the islands were down on the land and stuff, because basically everything they built now is in the sky. So I'm in the Library of Magic, and that's in the sky. So they, like, there are people who's like, oh, I can't even picture a body of water. Like, I can't picture an ocean being there, and I can't picture like this place standing on the water, if that makes sense. And I think it's a really cool idea. And you take the role of Kaitos, who's just this kind of random bystander and all that's happening. You know, you just take control of him. You know, stuff happens. Basically, when you start the game, he's actually found unconscious by this guy named Doctor something or other. I can't remember his name. You know, then he goes to this forest, which is actually forbidden by the village. That nobody's allowed to go in the forest, and it's cursed. And then he meets the girl named Shella. They work together, but Kaitos really doesn't like care about like, I don't want to say he doesn't care, but like Shella is like, oh, thanks for rescuing me. Kaitos is like, no, I didn't come to rescue you. I came to get that rare monster's fang. That's a hefty sum. And then while they're there in the forest, they explore a little more. They awaken an ancient god named Malpertio. And, you know, everything kind of gradually develops at a steady pace, and that's what I really like about the game. And alright, so let's get into the battle system. As you can see, you see enemies walking around on the field. So basically, no random encounters. Now, this RPG uses a card battle system, and now some people are thinking that, oh, why that wouldn't work? You know, why would they use a card battle system? You know, I felt somewhat that Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories was a little broken in terms of battle system, but this works very good, and you'll see what I mean. I just gotta do, like, basically you take different attack cards or item cards, whatever you want to do, and you can put them in a certain combo. Now, as you can see, you have to press A at the right time, I guess you could say. Like, if I place two cards, I press one, that's what he attacks with, then I press another card, then that's on standby, so then until he finishes the first attack, then he'll do the second attack. And as you can see, damage is actually more complicated. Like, it shows all the cards that you did, all the results of every card, and then the final damage done. And also, as the enemy attacks, you can always use armor cards or weapon cards to block, not completely nullify, but like reduce the damage or whatever the card may do. So as you can see, now I'm chaining the attacks together. Now, there are also, now if you can see the numbers on the cards, those are called spirit numbers. Now, in this game, spirit numbers don't have as big of a role as they do in Baten Kaitos 2. But depending on the order you place the cards in, say I place like 1, 2, 3 like directly, or 3, 2, 1, that's called a straight, and that'll give you bonus damage. Now obviously that's called a special attack. Now each character has their own type of attack cards and special attacks. Special attacks can only be placed at the last attack of a combo, so you can't be like, oh, special attack, then I'm gonna normal attack. No, a special attack has to be last. Now that your class actually has a big role in this game. Your class depends on how many attacks you can put in one combo. So if my class is 4, I'll be able to use 4 attacks. And, you know, as obviously the more cards in your hand will grow and stuff like that. Now there's a lot more customization than in Baten Kaitos 2, because in Baten Kaitos 2 everybody shares their own deck, but in this game everybody has their own personal deck. And there's actually more Magnus, which is actually what the cards are called in this game. The world of Baten Kaitos are called Magnus. There's a lot more in this game than in Baten Kaitos 2. In this game there's over 1,000, I believe, and in 2 I believe there's like 600 or 700. Now, as you saw, you got experience at the top, and now enemies will most of the time drop different attacks, like Ray of Truth. Well, that's just a sword, but they'll drop different cards, and you can only take so many cards after one battle. Now I'm going to get into editing a character's deck. So if you click Y, here's your menu, and now I can click on Magnus, and then they'll bring up related options that have to do with Magnus. So if I click on deck, I could edit Callus's deck, or Callus, or if you use the C stick to scroll up and down, you could click on whoever you want to edit. So I got Ray of Truth, right, and I have a lot of shitty attack cards for Callus right now. So we're gonna take out Longsword and replace it for Ray of Truth. Pretty simple to understand. The battle system isn't that complicated, and even editing the deck isn't that complicated. And you could also equip, not like equip weapons, because that's what you use in battle, but you equip like defensive maneuvers, and that's also what you do in battle. You could use like scale armor to block an enemy's attack, resist, like up your resistance to a specific ailment or element, that kind of thing. All in all, Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings and Lost Ocean is a very, it's actually my top 10 favorites because I enjoy it so much. You know, I'm just glad I picked it up. I don't care. I know I got it late, and I know a lot of people have it already, but then again, it's really underrated. Why did I use that fucking attack? Blue Storm. I think I'm just gonna finish this battle, then I might stop the review because, you know, I don't want... Now, also, but I mean, this is kind of random, this is a little random fact, but like I said at the beginning of the review that characters use wings to get around, right? Well, as you can see, Callus doesn't have a left wing. He was born without a left wing, and there are devices for people without wings called a winglet. That's just a mechanical device for people who don't have wings, and for some reason, Liu doesn't have wings. I don't know why. But, Callus's grandfather was, like a mechanic, I guess you could say, and he made him a winglet. He can make anything, that's according to Callus. And, there's this guy named Giacomo who, you have to kill. I only fought him once, you have to fight him more than once from what I hear. But Giacomo killed, Callus's grandfather and some person named Fee. They don't get into the relationship with Callus and this Fee person because he's like, oh, I'm gonna kill you for killing Fee. But, I mean, if I missed anything, I'm just gonna stop the review here before it gets too long and I get pissed off. But like I said, just tell me if I missed anything because I don't know. You know, I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you don't have it, I'd get it. Go on eBay or something. Like, get this fucking game right now. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Baten Kaitos Origins review also coming up. Peace out.